All right, hello everybody. Apparently that's my opening. Um, Let me turn that down this time. Okay, so I've already completed this raid, but I wasn't able to do audio at the same time, so I'm recording over it. In addition to that, I've already done this exact same raid before. I did it about 3 revenge raids ago. And it was kind of an interesting raid. I've discovered that I found out the last minute that there was more to raid that I didn't realize. And so I got this raid again, but I didn't recognize the name. And so I realized that, you know, right around here, I'm like, hey, I've been here before. This looks totally familiar. So I thought perhaps I still had the video recorded, and that kind of affects what I'm doing here, but I decided I wanted to just open one chest, take some stuff, go back to my base, and put the stuff away, and then come back here, because I know if you like do any kind of funky business in between a raid, it can totally screw you up and you'll lose it. So I'm not taking any chances. You don't want to do anything with your game until you come back to the base. You don't have to re-enter the base, but you want to be back at the base, because I have lost raids from just weird things happening from exiting the game. For sure, if you log out, you're going to lose the raid, but just even like doing anything in between can be risky. So now the interesting thing about this raid was that the last time I was here, the chests were all like pretty obvious. There was a central room, and then there was the chests that were sitting outside. I went ahead and popped all those open, and I got, you know, the loot wasn't great, but it was all right. But as I was leaving, I'm like, oh, I got a little extra noise. Let me pop open some more of these walls. And turns out he had a bunch of chests in those walls. And you know, sometimes you see these perimeter walls, and you're thinking he's just building. You know, it just looks like a layer of protection, and you just disregard them. But that last time I like started popping them, I'm like, hey, he's got chests in here. So I didn't get a good chance to see what was in there before the raid was over. So since I got a second chance at this base, I wanted to make sure I like popped up all those open to see if there was just some hidden goodies. So I didn't remember. The problem was I didn't remember what was in all these chests. I mean, this had been 3 revenge raids ago, so you know, about 6 raids ago. And I was really hoping I could find that video, remember what was in which chest, because a lot of these chests had nothing in them, and I could just save myself a lot of grief not bothering to open them and make all that noise. So this one was okay. I got some tape and flash drives, so I'm going to go ahead and take that back to my base, and then I end up leaving the game to check for the YouTube file, or just the video file that turned out to not be there anymore. I had deleted it, so too bad, but it was worth trying. So I put that stuff away, and now I'm going to die and go back to my base. And here I am, about to die. I didn't have room to drop the axes, so that's always risky. Your body can disappear for sure if you like mess around in between coming back, so you got to be careful. So anyways, I grabbed my military pack, I grabbed some new SWAT boots and another rifle just to play it safe in case I couldn't remember where his guns were. And anyway, so I start working in this core here. I knew there was nothing great in here, but there was some stuff worth taking. I remember that gas from last time. And that's one of my axes that I left for the raiders to take. So I get to use that to help raid his base. My guns that I left, and I got to deal with some of these waves. Always nice using a block to make things easy. Of course, it's always good to put your armor back on, so that's what I'm doing here, reloading up. And my food. So for a while here, I'm just kind of working on the core. I'm taking care of the zombies and just kind of popping some stuff open. And so while I'm doing that, I'll just tell you about my thoughts on the weapon bench. So the weapon bench is coming back out, and if you've seen the Facebook or the Discord leaks on that, it looks to me like, this is kind of just my opinion from looking at it. It looks to me like you might be able to, I don't know this for sure, but you might be able to get custom upgrades to it above and beyond what's normally there. It could be that you could, because apparently you have to build these modifications. So the silencer and I forgot what it's called, culminator sight or whatever, the thing that increases your damage, all that kind of stuff you get to make yourself, and it's possible that these things are going to be unique. Like you could build one that's a +1 extra damage, or maybe a +3 extra damage. I hope that's the way it is, and that would be really cool if you could really make them extra strong. There's things like noise, so it could be that like this, you can make a basic silencer that just does like, you know, a little bit less noise, and then like a really advanced silencer that does no noise. So I'm hoping that these individual pieces are customizable that way. In addition to that, I know for sure, based on the leaks, that we should be able to upgrade the SCAR, and I'm reading into that you might be able to do all the other weapons too. You might be able to upgrade the minigun, the shotgun, the VSSS. I mean, imagine the VSS with extra range on top of that. I don't know how you'd add a silencer to it. The thing's already silent, but who knows how might nerf things. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. I'm hoping that comes out in the next update, because that'd be a lot of fun, just modifying all that. So I haven't been down here before. There's 3 chests, and I'm trying to figure out a good long running path that I can use down here. I wasn't sure if there was more chests in here, so I'm popping this open. And there's nothing, but it makes for a good long running path. And everything else that's blacked out here I've been in from my previous time, so I already know there's nothing really special left. There was a few chests in one of these walls, but it just had like some wood in it and nothing crazy. And so I'm just deciding right now what to do. There's some pauses because I'm thinking about the best way to do this and trying to remember what I did last time. So I'm just kind of deciding. My noise is already 70. I know there's some guns on the other side of this wall and those 6 small boxes that are over there, but I'm not sure which one. And I know there isn't much else. So there's some guns, a little bit of armor to upgrade a little bit. And I'll grab those. So also with the weapons bench, there's stability. Doomerus kind of talks about that, and he might be right. I'm not sure. And then you get to apparently paint them, and that's pretty cool too, making them special colors. I mean, the colors that currently exist in the game, I don't know how good they're going to look like. I think it would be cool, and I don't want to say it's overdue, but I would definitely think it would be a nice addition if they added some new paint colors. If they added like some metallic paint, some silver, some gold or something, those would look extra cool on the weapons. In addition to that, the paints could be used on your chests and trunks and whatnot at home. And I wouldn't mind having extra colors for sure on that kind of stuff. I've definitely got some chests that I wish had a better contrast with the ones around them, but you know, I've already got everything painted this color and that, so I don't know, we'll see. That's just me kind of daydreaming about what I'd like to see. But so this one has some batteries. So you know, you see 3 batteries on a raid and it's like, you know, 3 batteries, but when you really think about it, That's like picking up 3 steel plates, really. I mean, when it's all said and done, you're just about getting 1 piece of copper for every battery. So it's like finding 3 steel plates in a chest. Obviously, it takes some work to get it to that point, but batteries are definitely not something you want to disregard just because there's just a couple of them on a raid. So here I am just kind of formulating a plan. How do I want to do this? I got those chests down there. I got the chests on the other side of the wall. The best way, that wall I was just looking at right there, that makes the longest path. But the problem is if I blow through that wall, I can't get to the chests on the other side of this wall here easily. So I really have to go through this wall. And by doing that, that makes my running path very small for the big one. But ultimately, that's what I have to do. And it's tough because I don't have enough noise to soften all those chests. So it's a lot of back and forth to try to get all those. I mean, I really should have saved a little noise for doing that. You know, that things happen. And I wasn't sure what to expect down here. And, you know, maybe if I'd held off on doing this, I might have had more time and more noise to soften those. So, but I was kind of paranoid that I had my good running path set up in place. So definitely could have done it better. All right, so that running path is set up. Getting those 3 chests is pretty easy now. And now I'm setting up this one. I mean, I had the noise right now. I could have went to the other side and softened them and then took this wall down, but you know, I make mistakes, so whatever. So I'm at 90 noise right now, and I'm just about to blow that when I'm like, oh, I never loaded my chopper, so managed to remember in the nick of time. So getting that all loaded up. Getting a little organized. And, oh, that was not that laggy in the game. That's just the video is lagging. I actually noticed in one of my videos on YouTube, I watched it a couple times a little bit when I was responding to comments, and I noticed it was getting really choppy in the video on YouTube, so I don't know what's up with that. Anyways, double checking stuff, grab that axe. I have to build some more axes, so I've got the wood and the stone to do that after I summon the big one. So that's what I'm doing right now. There's my stone, there's my wood. So at this point, it's no problem getting enough axes to make sure I open everything. And this is me going for it, so you'll get to watch me doing a bunch of running around here. Okay, so because I have the reduced noise, instead of making 10 noise for a level 2 wall, it only made 9, which is kind of nice. Of course, I got that random noise right after that. So this is me just taking care of the toxic abominations. Not too difficult with the block. I decided to save my M16 just because I found that Glock. Makes life easy. And I'm about to screw up pretty majorly here. I kind of get messed up. Right as I'm about to kill him, things go south. He runs behind that wall. I try to get him to come back, and then I almost die. So he kind of blocked me there, and I just wasn't shooting at the right thing. So here it goes. This is me trying to find those guns. I know one of these small boxes has guns in it, and that's kind of the big goal in this raid, because that was pretty much the best haul out of here, was getting those guns. And the trick is just timing this right. You know, I'm just a little bit too slow and I don't have enough time. Yeah, it lagged a little bit and I got hit for it. Always keeping myself fully healed, because it doesn't take much to die. If you start letting your health slip down a little bit, that it could be all over in one or two bad hits. That's me being a little overly cautious. And I'm just trying to time it right, because it's got to be just right. Wow, he's so fast sometimes. Sometimes he gets hung up a lot, and sometimes he's just grease lightning right there. Woohoo! And some melee weapons. So I do go back to that at the end. I had little problems pausing the video, and I'll show you that when I get there, but still looking for the guns. And I get hit for it. Okay. Look how fast he is. So I managed to pop that one open. Gotta heal up. And running for it. And no guns. So just to spoil it for you, the next chest is the guns. And the chest I don't do was nothing, because I know that the only thing over there was guns. And it took me 5 out of the 6 to find them. Unfortunately, I don't have the best memory in the world, so I was hoping my video was still there. So what I'm doing here is I need my hatchets, so it takes up a lot of time trying to just craft them all at once, so I'm going back and forth until I have them all crafted. And going for it. Trying to get him timed just right. Oh, that wasn't very good. Come on back. Go. Oh. Hit. Oh, run for it. Heal up. Yeah, that was good timing. But not quite enough. I missed it. And I almost died. 9 health. Heal up. So I gotta get that shotgun. But you gotta stay healed up, so that's what I'm doing here. Go. Okay, we're going for the shotgun. Got it. And at this point, now I need to get down to the bottom to go ahead and raid the bottom part of this base. That's that video lag again. So now I'm making my break for it, and I go the wrong way. It's like getting lost in a maze. So I get my timing right and go. This time I go the right way, and I made it eventually. Okay. So now down here, life's pretty easy. I got a pretty long running track for him. And he's wanting to wall trick a lot. So basically some dog food there. That's a nice find. I remember right before the dogs came out, I was on a raid and there was like 2 full stacks of raw turkeys. And I'm like, should I take that? You know, I know the dogs are coming out. Maybe I should take that. And it was before I knew that you could even give them turkeys or what they were going to eat. And I passed on it, so I was regretting that. But fortunately, the new way I'm doing the dogs, where I'm letting them starve all the time, is working out really well. So I don't have to stress about finding them food anymore. Okay, go chop. Nothing in there. So now I just have to get my block, and unfortunately when I do get this block, I've got time to go run up to my next spot, so I'm just softening it up right now. Couple more hits. And he's getting close there. Come on, come on. And I gotta time it just right, and there it is. And nothing really. I mean, I like those tanks for upgrading the mechanics. They're pretty nice. But that wasn't anything special that I couldn't live without. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this last block. And I definitely have very little time for this one. And I'm struggling to hit it. When you take your block out, man, it's so quick. It's just, he's on you so fast. And nothing, I just hit take all. And I'm running for it. Cost me a few heals, but I'm getting him. Now this is the part where my video screws up. I paused it and then I didn't unpause it in the right time. So basically I run off, I clean up my inventory, I come back in, I go to that melee chest, I take the melee items, I run off the base, and then I come back in after cleaning up again, hoping to get one last run through of some extra stuff. So that's what just happened. And when I come back in, I'm like, oh, well, yeah, this chest. And then I'm like, it's not worth it. At this point, the big one's pretty strong. He's doing like, 50 plus damage for each hit. So I just decided to call it a day. And I go ahead and go home. There was an airdrop that I needed to go to, and I did that after this, but... so this is me back, and I'll just show you my stuff, and I'll do my skill. And I'm sure you already know what I got on my skill, so it's not going to be a big surprise. So batteries, oak, some guns, the raw meat, little melee, plus all that tape and the flash drive, the USB drives I brought home, and some gas. So nothing special, but another good revenge raid. I mean, they're always nice. They always add to it. So, you know what I always like to get, and here it is. Camo. The good news is there's only one more to get, and then I don't have to deal with that anymore. So, okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys on the next raid. All right, bye-bye.